Hey everyone, welcome to English Intonation. Today we're gonna talk about the functions of English tones. Last time we talked about the ordinary functions of English intonation regarding the tones, the four tones, falling, rising, and rising, falling. And for example, we said that falling intonation is associated with statements, commands, and WH questions. Rising is associated with yes/no questions. Rising, we use it to mark mid-utterance pause, the polite statements, information question, reservations, and so on. And number 4, rising, falling, we said that this is a tone that's used to express strong emotions, such as approval, disapproval, confirmation, recommendation, exclamatives, etc. The funky tones. And let me talk about the unusual or extraordinary or the marked functions of these tones. Okay, let's start with this quote. Or this statement, which reads, "It's not important what you say, but how you say it." This is a very important sentence, because we care more about how you say things. People do not care much about what you say, what are your words, and so on. No, how you say your utterances matters a great deal to people. So in this chapter, we're gonna talk more about English tones and their functions and so on. First, we have to state that the primary stress or tonic syllable or nucleus, these are 3 terms referring to one thing, which is tonic syllable. And what's tonic syllable? We said before, it's the stressed syllable within a focused word in an utterance or in a chunk or a tone unit or a tone group, etc. So we're gonna have lots of terms, but they are referring to one thing: tone unit, tone group, tone chunk, etc. So here, the primary stress or the tonic syllable, let's focus on the tonic syllable, pick this term, and say that it's commonly the stressed syllable in the last content word in an utterance or a tone group. We said how, and this is a very frequent question: how can I know where is or locate or identify the tonic syllable? And we usually say that when you have separate sentences abstract from their context, it's gonna be very easy for you to identify that tonic syllable, and it lies there in the last content word in the utterance. And what's a content word? It's a verb. It could be a verb, a noun, an adjective, an adverb, a WH word, etc. Okay, so when you are asked to specify or identify tonic syllable in a separate word, in separate utterances or separate tone groups, your job will be so easy. It's the last content word, and you pick the stress syllable in this last content word. Okay, and you put the tone, and this syllable, which is a tonic syllable, carries the tone either falling, rising, falling, etc. Okay, however, and yes, please pay attention to this. However, it might be claimed that tonic syllable could be any syllable in the utterance, even if it is a weak form. So there is no absolute rule saying that we must specify the tonic syllable and the last content word in a tone group and so on. No, any word in a chunk or in a tone group or in an utterance, okay, short utterances, can be a tonic syllable, can be important, can give the most important piece of information, can give most of the meaning of the utterance, if the context dictates that, if the context says this is the most important one. So regardless of the functional or the grammatical function of the word, we do not care about this. As long as the word gives most of the meaning, conveys most of the meaning, it's important, and it could be a tonic syllable. Okay, This must be very clear in your mind. Rather, any utterance can be said in diverse ways, giving diverse context, situation, constraint messages. This is also determined by the speaker and his attitude towards the hearer and the message. So it's the speaker who says what is the important word and what's the focus word, and so on. And as listeners, we identified this by means of listening, and then we can identify the tonic syllable when we see that there is a change in the pitch, a change in the pitch. The pitch either rises up or falls down, and this is a very key indicator of the tonic syllable. Okay, and this is why we call it tonic. بنسميه tonic ليه؟ لأن هو it carries the tone. يعني بنشيل النغمة لما بنطلع، لو بننزل صعودا أو هبوطا من على المنطقة دي اللي هي tonic syllable. Okay, it's through intonation that the speaker, though using the same words and grammatical forms, is able to convey many messages. For example, he may say, I'm joking, I'm serious, I'm surprised, I'm sure, I respect you, I despise you, etc. So the intonation or the tone used illustrates a lot of things, indicating the speaker's attitude towards the listeners, and also the speaker's attitude towards the message. He is saying, is he serious? Is he joking? Is he sad, etc.? Does he respect the listeners? Is he ironical, etc.? Okay. So today we're gonna talk about changing the tonic syllable. Okay, tonic syllable. Let's look at these examples. Okay, and see how it is. This one example is said in many different ways, and each time we pick a different word and to make it the tonic syllable. So let's see this. I saw John in London last week. This I, personal pronoun. It's a weak word, as you know, and because it's a functional word, but in this particular context, it could be a tonic syllable. When I want to say that it's me rather than anyone else who saw John in London last week. So I'm emphasizing the word I. So I here becomes a tonic syllable. Okay, let's look at another word, word. I saw John London last week. I saw John London last week. So here saw or saw, okay, different pronunciation. Here is a key word and the focus word and the tonic syllable at the same time. Okay, what does this mean? It means that what I did last week is that the most important thing happening to me last week is that I saw John in London last week. Okay. And the third version of the same sentence, I saw John in London last week. So here John is the focus word. I was saying that I want to say that I saw John and no one else. John مش حد تاني. Okay, and the word London finally could be a tonic syllable. When I say, for example, I saw John in London last week, which means that I saw him in London rather than anywhere else. Okay, so any sentence, any word in any sentence can be a tonic syllable if there is a necessity to make it a tonic syllable, to make it important word and focus word, giving most of the meaning and conveying the most important piece of information and the newest piece of information, the contrastive piece of information in the whole utterance. Okay. So what's happening here is that there is something called, tonic syllable shift. Okay. Please try to pay attention to this very important thing, because احنا عارفين ان tonic syllable is usually at the end of the utterances in the less important word. لكن احنا we can say that we can have any word being the tonic syllable in any sentence, in any utterance, as long as the speaker considers this word the most important word in the whole tone group. Okay. And now let me show you something. These utterances, don't do that. Write your name. Here is my pen. Why don't you try? These are 4 utterances, 4 tone groups, as you see. And I want to show you how the tonic syllable can shift or can move from one word to another. So every sentence will be said 3 times in order to see which one or which word is the tonic syllable each one. Okay, let me say the first. For example, don't do that. Don't do that. What is the focus word here? The tonic syllable don't. That when I say don't do that, don't do that, what's the focus word of the tonic syllable here? It's do. And when I say don't do that, don't do that, what is the tonic syllable here? It's that. Okay, let's try the second. Write your name. Write your name. What is the tonic syllable here? Write. Okay, write your name. What's the tonic syllable? Your. Write your name. What's the tonic syllable? Name. Here is my pen. Here is my pen. Here is my pen. Why don't you try? Why don't you try? Why don't you try? Okay, 4 sentences. Each one is said in 3 ways, and we have what we call tonic syllable shift. Okay, let me show you this. Okay, yes, and let's hit select. Okay, please listen.
Don't do that. 2. Don't do that.
Yes.
3. Don't do that.
Okay, so in the first.
4.
Okay, stop here.
Don't do that.
Yeah, it's in the first.
2.
We find that the focus word is what. Have you see? The first one is that. The second
that.
is do, and the third is don't. Okay, listen again.
Don't do that.
That.
2. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
3. Don't do that.
Don't do that. So don't. Okay. So as you see, the first we have that, the second we have do, and the third we have don't. Okay. This gives us some examples of tonic syllable shift. Let's see another group of sentences, not sentences, ways of saying the same sentence with a shift in the tonic syllable. Okay.
4. Write your name.
Write your name.
5. Write your name.
Yeah, your name.
6.
Yeah. Listen.
Write your name.
Yeah. So in every time we hear something, we find that there is a shift in the tonic syllable. And of course, each time the meaning becomes different to some extent. And this is what we want to say, that intonation helps us specify what is the most important word and the most important piece of information in our utterance. Okay, let's go back to our book. Okay, by the way, I forgot to tell you to open your books and to follow me, chapter 4 in your book. Yeah, page 58, and now we are on page 61. So please try to keep in touch. Yes, here we have a representation of one sentence, but it's said in, or one utterance, and it's said in three ways. What's this? It's the utterance, Willie married Mary. Willie married Mary. Here we find that in three ways. One of them is neutral, where we find that it's the first word here, as you see, Willie married Mary. The second is focus semantic topic. What's the semantic topic? Topic here is the subject. So Willie, rising up. Willie married Mary. And in the third, number 3, we have focused semantic topic and focused semantic comment. The two words are important, Willie and Mary. But which one here is a tonic syllable? It's the last one. When all are equal and all are important, usually the last one is a tonic syllable. So let's read. Okay, Willie married Mary. Willie married Mary. Willie married Mary. So 3 ways, and this is a representation, pitch change in the 3. Pitch representation is different in the 3 sentences. Okay, this is an example and an exercise. Did you see John in London last week? So you. Okay, did you see John London last week? Did you see John London last week? If the word John is important, we say, did you see John London last week? If the word London is important, so did you see John in London last week? And so on. كل ده اسمه ايه؟ Tonic syllable shift. Okay? What's the function, or what are the functions of tonic syllable shift? Yeah, this is a very important question, by the way. Tonic syllable shift indicates a number of functions. One, yes, is to focus on a particular word in the utterance. Okay. The second is to signal new information. For example, whom did you see in London last week? I saw John in London last week. Okay. So here, tonic shift, syllable shift indicates the prominence of a particular word. Okay, and now let's go to changing the tones. And here we have a very important table. I want you to pay attention to. The first tone is the rising tone, rising intonation, and here are some additional functions to rising intonation. Okay, for example, we can use rising intonation in statements, and in this case it expresses or it changes the grammatical function of the statement from being a statement into a question without changing word order. For example, you're home, instead of saying are you home, you don't need to make these grammatical changes. Just change the tone and the meaning will be okay. Number 2, we can use rising intonation on WH questions. We said before that WH questions are usually said with falling intonation. However, when we use rising intonation, this is used in order to ask for repetition, checking, checking understanding, asking for repetition. Look at functions here, okay? For example, when are you arriving? You said, for example, I'm arriving at 10 o'clock. So you didn't capture this and say, you want to check this, and you ask for a repetition. You say, when are you arriving? When are you arriving? You said you'll arrive at night. Okay. On WH question also, when we use for rising intonation, WH question, this can show interest. For example, where is your daughter? Okay, some sort of interest, involvement, and so on. On take questions after commands, for example, and in this case, this expresses uncertainty, interest, enthusiasm, or hopefulness, for example. You don't understand, don't you? On take question without not seeking confirmation. برضو دي أحد الاستخدامات. You like it, did you? Did you? Did you? Okay. On take questions, asking, look at how many times we mention take questions. Asking for a speaker's opinion. Are you coming to tea with us, aren't you? Sorry, you're coming to tea with us, aren't you? Okay. On statements, برضو من أحد الوظائف إن إحنا we use this on statements to express that the speaker is encouraging or soothing. Okay, that's very nice. That's very nice. You know, encouraging. Oh, grumbling. Yeah, very important. Here we find that when the speaker is not happy or angry, for example, or dissatisfied, we can use rising intonation or statements. For example, I didn't hurt you, so why make all the fuss? I didn't hurt you. I didn't hurt you. Okay. Yes. And let's go to falling intonation. احنا قلنا ان هو we use falling intonation on WH questions, and this indicates business like statements. For example, what's that? Okay. On yes, short yes no question, sometimes we use falling intonation on yes no question to express or to show interest. For example, is she, is she, is she, is she? Okay. And on take question, forcing the listener to accept. You're a liar, aren't you? Aren't you? Aren't you? You're a liar, aren't you? Aren't you? You know, as if you are saying a statement, aren't you? Which means that I know that you're a liar, and just confirm this. Okay. Falling rising intonation. We have additional functions. For example, on incomplete statements, signaling incompleteness and the coming part of a following or the coming of a following part. For example, I looked at him and recognized him at once. Okay, incompletion. Number 2, on statements showing reservations on the part of the speaker. For example, he's generous, but I don't trust him. Generous, but I don't trust him. Okay. On statements, also making correction of what someone else has said. He's 40. He's 46. 46. Just a repetition. Okay. To check what has been said is okay or is. What we hear on statements, also issuing warning. Yes. For example, you'll be late. You'll be late. Yeah, I warn you. You're gonna be late. Okay, you'll be late. Okay. On statements with 2 parts, the fall is on the first part, which is more important, and the rise on the second, which is less important. Okay, showing importance the first part of the utterance. For example, I'm very comfortable. I'm very comfortable. Thank you. I'm very comfortable. Thank you. So the first utterance has a fall, and the second is carrying a rise. And as you see, these are additional functions of English tones, we should know them because we're gonna encounter them in conversations, in our daily interactions, in everyday communication, and so on. And as I told you before that we only mentioned four main or four basic tones: falling, rising, rising, falling, and falling, rising, and etc. But the number of tones is much greater and greater and greater than that. So when in daily conversations or in daily interaction, native speakers use many tones. So we want to pay attention to this, and the more we listen, and the better we're gonna identify this, and we develop a sensitive ear that can capture all these sensitivities and all these slight differences in tones and the minute functions and of each tone. So it needs time, patience, and the perseverance in order to acquire English intonation. And remember that intonation is very important because it takes you to the next level, and you go the extra mile, by the way, when you learn English intonation, because it's a very important tool. Native speakers, for example, may tolerate doing mistakes in the pronunciation of vowels, consonants, sometimes in stress, but as far as intonation, making mistakes would cause a lot of problems, in intelligibility problem and communication problem. So please try to be aware of the English tones and their functions, and put more effort and more time in mastering English intonation. Yes, more in English intonation. On English intonation, here we have the 4 levels of our pitch and pitch range. And we said before that level number 1 is the level that we use before we pause our speech قبل ما نخلص كلام. Level number 2 is the pitch level that we use when we start speaking. Level number 3 is the level that we use in order to say important and stressed words. And level number 4 is the pitch level that we use in order to express extra or strong emotions and so on. So if you look at these sentences or these utterances, let's say, what are you doing? What are you doing? Doing, the focus word here. And the do here is a tonic syllable in the word doing. And as you see, it must be put on a higher pitch to be prominent to the listeners. Let's try the second. Can you repeat after me? Yes. Yeah. Where are you coming? Where are you coming? Where are you coming? Okay. John is my partner. John is my partner. Ben is, yes. Pen is my brother. Pen is my brother. Pen is my brother. Okay, your voice moves up and then it glides down, as you see, because you have 2 syllables in the focus word: doing, coming, partner, brother. So the first syllable is a tonic syllable in each one, and the rest. And the second is a tail. It carries the same pitch. You keep falling on the tail. Okay. Now let's look at this example. Bill can write, but he can't speak. So what are the key words here, or the focus words? Write and speak. Okay, Bill can write. Remember that this is not the end of the utterance. So we use the rising intonation a little bit, mid-rise, and then the final part is carrying falling intonation, but he can't speak. Okay. So we call this 2 3 2 and 2 3 1. What's 2 3 2? Pitch level number 2, pitch level number 3, pitch level number 2 again. And let's look at this. Yes, Bill can write. Pitch level number 2. We start with 2 and then we rise to 3 and then 2 again and then 3 and then 1. Okay. But you know, variation in pitch, this is intonation. Intonation is different variations in pitch. How our pitch goes up and down all through the pronunciation of a particular utterance or a particular tone group. This is intonation. Now read the following sentences, dividing each one of them into 2 tone groups. Okay. We have a tonic syllable. Yes, and let's try this. It was a long exercise, but I finished it. I studied the lesson, but I didn't remember it. I have 2 sisters, and he has 2 brothers, sisters and brothers. He joined the circus and traveled to Europe. I know John, but I don't know Bill. John and Bill. Okay, I read books, but I don't read magazines. Okay, so as you see, 2 3 2 2 3 1 2 3 2 2 3 1. It was a long exercise, but I finished it. You understand? Here we use in the first utterances, the first tone groups, mid-rise, because it's not the end of the utterance. Okay, when we talk to someone, we address him or her using the same pattern. For example, good morning, and then Mr. John, you know, good morning, Mr. John, Mr. John, 2 3 2 3 3. Yes, we end with rising intonation. So when we address someone, we call him, we greet them, etc., we use this pattern. Good morning, Mr. John. Okay, let's try this. How are you, Bill? How are you, Bill? Can I help you, Miss Mass? When did you see it, Bob? What are you doing, little girl? What are you doing, little girl? No. Would you address someone by name or etc.? You use rising intonation. Okay. Tag questions. We have 2 intonation patterns. We have rising and falling and rising. When do we use falling and when do we use rising? Okay, we use falling intonation with tag questions when we are sure that we are going to get the speaker's confirmation on what we are saying. Okay, for example, you know her. Okay, you know her. You know her. Okay, type. I'm gonna use falling intonation here. Okay, don't you, as if you are saying a statement. Don't you. Yes, I do. You have seen him, haven't you? Haven't you? Yes, I have. Okay, falling. Okay, let's try. The game was exciting, wasn't it? The party was interesting, wasn't it? Your father had been to Paris, hasn't he? Her son is naughty, isn't he? The book is fun, isn't it? Okay. Second type is rising intonation. استخدم بقى rising intonation. Okay. So here we have, he won't do it, will he? طب امتى بستخدم بقى rising? which indicate that you are not probably quite sure of what the speaker is going to say. You see really are seeking information. You do not know what's is going to say, etc. So it's a real question. It's a real question. That question here is a real question once you use rising intonation. Okay, he won't do it, will he? John isn't here. Is he? Okay, let's try. You can repeat after me. Bill doesn't answer the phone, does he? Bill doesn't answer the phone, does he? Bob is calling, isn't he? Donna listens attentively, doesn't she? Ron is waiting. Ron is waiting, isn't he? Okay. Let's do this task. Read aloud the following sentences as naturally as possible with the appropriate intonation. Okay. Tom Hanks is my favorite actor. Tom Hanks is my favorite actor. Jack didn't exercise regularly, but I did. I like apples, oranges, grapes, and figs. There is more list intonation. I like apples, oranges, rising, grapes, rising, and figs, falling. Okay. Madonna turns 60. If you are sure, you say, doesn't she? Doesn't she? Okay. But if you are not sure, okay, you say, Madonna turns 60. Doesn't she? May I ask you a question? Rising. It's good for a school tour, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Falling. Rising. Isn't it? Again, falling. Isn't it? Rising. Isn't it? So it depends on whether you are sure. So in this case, you use falling. Okay. Isn't it? And if you are not sure and you're really asking a real question, you use rising intonation. Isn't it? Okay. Nothing is easy. Falling intonation. I have been sick and missed many practices. Falling intonation. Okay. What's the taste like? Falling intonation. Oh crap. Oh crap. Yeah. Oh crap. What's this? Yeah. Crap. Oh crap. Falling, rising. Sorry. Rising, fall. Oh crap. You're angry. Oh crap. Okay. I'm gonna see Helen for dinner. Okay. Would you like to join us? Would you like to join us? Okay. Rising. Crass. Crass. Rising. You must be mad. What's this? You must be mad. Rising, falling. You must be mad. Rising, falling. If I see you doing that one more time, I'll smash your toys. هنا استخدمنا ايه؟ One more time. Time. This is falling, rising. بنستخدمها مع warning. Okay. Falling, rising. رجعوا تاني back to the table. Okay. Back to the table. We use falling, rising with warnings, to express warnings. So if I see you doing that one more time, I'll smash your toys. You're so angry. Are you ready? Rising. Did you watch the news? Rising. Are you kidding me? Rising. Bye, Mom. Thanks for making my sandwich. Bye, Mom. Rising. Thanks for making my sandwich. It could be rising to indicate enthusiasm and gratefulness. Say, thank you for making my sandwich. Thank you for making my sandwich. Falling also indicates gratitude and so on. Hi. Hi. This is Nancy. Hi. What's this? The beginning part. Yes, this is falling, rising. Hi, this is Nancy. Or hi, rising, this is Nancy. This is Nancy. Falling. Shall we sit? Rising. I'm serious, and I need you to be serious too. I'm serious, and I am serious, rising, and I need to be serious. I need you to be serious too. Again, I'm serious, and I need you to be serious too. Okay, and now try to. This is homework, and please do that. Say hello. Okay, how are things? And good morning to a friend, a classmate, your job, your boss, and your neighbor. Okay, let's try this. To a friend, you can say hello. You can say hello. Okay, right. And to a classmate, hello. Your boss, hello. Falling. Your neighbor, hello, and so on. So try saying this in 4 ways: talking to a friend, classmate, but your boss, and your neighbor. Okay, and that's it for today, and see you next time. Thank you.